Welcome back. We'll be continuing the chapter friction, and in last session we have learnt about what is frictional force, what is the cause of frictional force, and what are the factors affecting friction. So what is friction or what is frictional force? Frictional force is an opposing force that opposes the motion of one body over the surface of another body. That is, frictional force is an opposing force that opposes the motion of one body over the surface of another body, which is be in contact with that other body. It is a contact force. And what is the cause of friction? The uh, friction is caused due to the surface of the objects. Even though the surface of the objects that appears to be smoother, they are not actually smooth. They possesses some irregularities, that what we call that as ridges and grooves. And when these type of surfaces, when they come in contact with other surfaces, their ridges and grooves get interlocked, and the frictional force comes into notice. That is, if they both ridges and grooves of both the surface of the object get interlocked, so that the friction, it appears between the two surfaces and it opposes the motion of that object. And so we can tell friction is caused due to the interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. And if you see smooth surfaces, they have very minute irregularities, that is, they have very minute ridges and grooves between the two surfaces. So the friction will be very less in that smooth surfaces. And on the other hand, rough surfaces have larger irregularities between the two surfaces. So the force of friction is more if the surfaces are rough. And then we have learned about factors affecting friction. What are the factors affecting friction? That is, nature of two surfaces which are in contact with each other, and magnitude of the force, that is weight, which press the two surfaces together. That is nature. If the surface is rough, the friction will be more. That is, the rough surface, more the friction. The surface is smooth, the friction will be less. And magnitude of force, that is the applied, the object, if it is too heavy, the contact between that surface of that object and the ground or on the table, whatever the other object, the surface of the object, friction will be more if you compare with that object with less weight. So these are the two factors that affect the friction. And now today we are going to learn about types of friction. And there are three types of friction, namely static friction, sliding friction, and rolling friction. So we are going to learn about these three types of friction in a detailed manner. What are three types of friction? Static friction, sliding friction, and rolling friction. So we'll learn one by one in a detailed manner. So first, static friction. Static, as the name indicates, the object which doesn't move. It is at the rest position. That is, we call the force of friction as static friction when the two surfaces, that is contact between the two surfaces of the object, is in no relative motion. That is, the object, they are at rest position. Suppose if you stand in one place, there will be friction between the surface of your feet and on the ground. It is called as what? Static friction with no relative motion. And the force of friction, which balances the applied force during the stationary state of body, is called as static friction. Static indicates the friction which appears when the object is not in motion. It is called as static friction. And if you see here, the friction, here you can see that one heavy box which is at rest position. which lie on the ground. And if you see that the contact between the surface of that object and the surface of the floor, there you can see that interlocking between these two will be more. So there is no relative motion. So this friction which appears between the surfaces of the object which is not in motion, what we call that as static friction. Static means remain stationary, which is not in motion. So it is the static friction is a friction which comes in notice when one body is just in contact with other body, but there is no relative motion. So static means stationary. It appears when the object is in stationary position. And next, sliding friction. And slide over the other. So from the name only we can understand, because when the force sliding friction is a force of friction, it appears between two objects when one of them slide over the surface of the other is called a sliding friction. And if you compare with that frictional force between static friction and sliding friction, static friction, as the object is not in motion, so the frictional force will be more, the interlocking will be more. And here if you see that sliding friction, as the one body slide over the other, how it slide over the other? Because the interlocking between the two irregularities of the surfaces between the two objects have been unlocked. When it is removed, then only the object can move. So the frictional force here in sliding friction is less, or you can tell smaller than the static friction. So we can say that the relative motion between the two surfaces starts only when the interlocking between their irregularities have been unlocked. How this one object slide over the other, how it can move? Because as we know that frictional force appears between the interlocking between the irregularities of two surfaces, and if it is unlocked, if it is removed, then the object will be in motion. So this what we call that as sliding friction. So once a motion starts, the contact between one surface, they do not get enough time to lock between into the contact point of the other surface. So as they don't lock with each other, so it causes motion in the direction of the applied force. Here the sliding friction, always friction acts in the opposite direction. And so here we can see that the friction offered only when the body slide over the another body. When the body is in motion, we can understand the contact between the two surfaces will be very less. Why it is less? Because the irregularities between the two surfaces will not get enough time to lock to each other. So you can tell that the unlocking between that ridges and grooves cause the motion, sliding motion of that object over the other surface of the body. So this what we call that as sliding friction. Children, we have learned about two friction: static friction, which appears when the object is in stationary, means which is not in motion, and sliding means which start move when the object can move, when the friction between that surfaces between the two objects get unlocked, when they don't get enough time to lock with each other. So the object starts moving due to applied force. Here the frictional force will be very, very less, so that the object can easily slide over the other. So this friction, what we call that as sliding friction. And next we will be learning about rolling friction. Here if you see, when the friction, rolling friction, when it will be appear, when it comes into play, when one body rolls over the surface of another body. Rolling means like wheel, when it rolls over the other surface of another body. And if you compare, when it moves, the force of friction appears between the two surfaces will be very, very less, even if it is less compared with that of sliding friction. So it is much less than the force of sliding friction. So what is rolling friction? The force of friction that comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of another body. And here the force of friction, here it has the irregularities between the two surfaces of the body. They don't get enough time to lock with each other. So the ridges and grooves, they do not lock into each other so that they can easily roll over the other surface. That here if you compare the movement of the body of sliding friction and rolling friction, the rolling friction, the movement will be very faster than the sliding friction, because the force of friction here is very less than that of sliding friction. And here you can see that roller, that is skating wheel, and here the friction here with the contact between the surface of the wheel and the floor, it is very less. And here when it moves, how it moves, there will be less friction between the two surfaces. What do you mean by when that friction will be less? The irregularities, that ridges and grooves which are present between the surface of the wheel and the surface of the floor, they do not get enough time to lock with each other. So the unlocking of these two surfaces creates less friction, so that the object, the wheel, can easily roll over the surface of the floor. So here rolling friction is a friction when one body rolls over the surface of another body. Okay children, here today in this session we have learned about types of friction and static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. And static friction means stationary, that is there is no motion, and force applied will be more, and friction also will be equally more, so that the object will remain in one position. So it balances the force between the applied force and the frictional force. So it doesn't move, stationary. And sliding friction, here the frictional force is is less compared with that of static friction. So when here it makes the body to slide over the other surface of the object. So you can see here it is here you can see the motion of an object. And rolling friction, here the friction will be very less compared to that of sliding friction, so that easily it can roll over, means which can cause the object to move faster than the sliding motion. So children, this session we have learned only about 3 types of friction, namely static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Children, today till now in this chapter we have learned about what is frictional force, cause of friction, factors affecting friction and 3 types of friction. That's all for this session. Thank you.